Hey guys, this is Kathy Newton from Therapy Rocks. I'm just going to be talking today about a concept that can really be helpful when you're trying to deal with relationship issues, more specifically emotional flashbacks that occur with people who've been traumatized. People who've had some childhood trauma or neglect can often struggle with repairing the ruptures that happen in relationships. So I just want to talk to you today about a little trick that I use and that I teach my patients that can really be helpful if you practice it and put it into use. So it's called speaking for the part versus from the part. Those of you who have watched my previous videos know that I use a parts language when I talk about childhood trauma, because childhood trauma often causes a lack of integration of parts, and sometimes people call that an ego state disturbance. Some people call it DDNOS diagnostically. But really my belief is, and my stand in terms of therapy, is that we all have parts and aspects of ourselves that we show the world, and sometimes we just show different people. Sometimes we act differently when we're at work than when we're at home, and these divisions and these different parts just are a lot more magnified with people who've had childhood trauma. So just want to normalize that concept for you. And this particular technique works with couples and people who have never been traumatized. So it's the concept of speaking for the part rather than from the part. And so just want to give you a quick example of this, and let me think. So let's say that you got activated by something that your husband said to you that was critical. I'm trying to think of a specific example that I've heard about lately. So let's say that you were just having a conversation with your husband and he said something, told you that maybe you should do something differently. So for a trauma survivor, having someone give you constructive criticism can sometimes feel like an attack. As silly as that sounds, it is very real, and can put somebody into an emotional flashback. And so speaking for the part would sound something like this. Honey, I'm just noticing that when you give me constructive criticism, or when you give me criticism of any kind, a part of me gets so angry and defensive. I just wanted to let you know that there's a part of me that just feels really defensive. There's a part of me that's hearing it as an attack, even if you don't mean it that way. I just wanted to share that with you. So that's an example of speaking for the part. Speaking from the part would be allowing that part to run the show, and it might sound something more like, I am sick and tired of you always telling me that I'm doing something wrong. I'm sick and tired of feeling attacked by your feedback, which is completely critical and is not helpful. So that would be an example of speaking from the part. Obviously, you can see the difference. And, as a survivor of childhood trauma, we have to get to the point where we recognize when we're being activated and triggered. That is the first step. You won't be able to use this technique if you don't even realize that you're activated or triggered, or that you're in an emotional flashback. So those are the first steps. But that's an example of speaking for the part versus from the part. And you can see that obviously this is going to help the triggered or activated part of you calm down if you speak for them. Because when we were children, no one ever spoke for us. So that is also part of the reparenting that needs to go on with healing from childhood trauma. So hopefully that's helpful to you guys today. Hope you're having a great day. It's beautiful outside. Even though it's a little bit brisk, we still have that sunshine. And just know that I understand what it feels like to have an emotional flashback. My heart goes out to people who are struggling with that today, and I hope that some of these videos might be able to help you. Please like and subscribe and share these videos with people you know that might be able to benefit from them. Thanks, and have a great day. God bless.